In today's video, I'm going to show you how to automate the process of creating chapters on your YouTube videos. This is great not only if you're a creator that has to make a lot of videos but you don't have a lot of time, it saves you time going through getting the different chapter timestamps, and it also makes it a better viewing experience for the viewer. Let's say they're watching the video, they want to go back to something that you said earlier, they can go back to the earlier chapter, and it's a lot easier for them than trying to scrub through the timeline. So I'll show you an example of what the output looks like. So if I go to one of my last videos, if I scroll down the description, you can see here it's got like all of the different timestamps, the start introduction, then there's a little demo as well. So I've just ran the automation like that, so showing you the demo. So as you can see, it works, it's effective, and using AI it actually creates the different chapters for you, so you don't need to do it yourself. So for the purpose of this video, I've just got it set up based on a manual trigger, just to kind of demo it and show you what it looks like. But this could be adopted into a massive sort of faceless automation workflow. Would create a video, create a thumbnail, create a description, create a the chapters, and get like everything going automated. If you want to see something like that, drop a comment down below and I'll start working on a big massive automation process. But let's get on to building it. So the first thing we'll have, like I said, is a manual trigger. We've got a manual trigger here. So when we've got the manual trigger in there, what we next need to do is actually get the YouTube URL of the video that you want to add the captions or the chapters for. So we're just going to put a set, and this is simply just to set the variable that we're going to use later on. So the variable name is going to be the variable name is going to be video ID. Capital I, lowercase d, lowercase v for video as well. Make sure you have whatever you put in here, make sure you remember this because you're going to need to use it later on. And then we're going to put string, and then this is where you would put the value for the YouTube video. So I've just got another video here that doesn't have the captions, the chapters in the description, and I'm just going to put that there. So that's going to be the video that we're going to be actually doing the chapters for. Next, we're going to need a bit of a code module. So I'm going to show you exactly how to write this code. You don't need to be any kind of like code wizard. You literally just need to copy and paste what I've got here. What I'll do is I'll move to the side a little bit, and then I'll just wait here so you can screenshot it. So just screenshot this. Once you've got a screenshot of it, put it into ChatGPT and ask it like what does the code say here, and then it will give you the code. Then you just need to go to here, type in code, boom, and then just paste in the JavaScript code there, and that will be the code that you need to run this section of it, which essentially all this does is it just makes sure that it's a valid URL. So the next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get the YouTube metadata. So for this, we're going to need to go here and type in YouTube, and then here, and then get a video. Boom. Now the first thing we're going to need to do when we open up this is we need to connect the YouTube account to this. As you can see, I've already done it, but once you click this little plus, or like you'll click the drop down, then click create new credential. Once you've clicked that, you'll be given an OAuth redirect URL, and you'll be asked to put in a client ID and a client secret. Now, if you know how to get Google API keys, then just do that and get the key that you need for this, or enable the YouTube API in the Google Cloud. But if you don't know how to do it, just click on the Open Docs button here, as you can see, and then just follow the instructions that it tells you to do. It's very, very simple. I've also made a video in the past on how to set up Google APIs. It's literally like 4 minutes long, it's dead quick, and it'll get you going with how to do this. And then once you've done that, there'll be a little sign in button down here once you fill these two in. Click that, sign in, and then pick the YouTube account that you want. Make sure it's the YouTube account you're trying to get the chapters for, because you need to have the ability to edit descriptions, of course. So yeah, so put that in there. Once that's signed in, you'll see YouTube account here. Make sure this is video get, and then the video ID. I'm just going to quickly run this just so we can get the video ID in. Right, so now that we've just run it, we need to get the video ID from the code module. Put that in there, boom. And what we're going to try and get from this is called a snippet. And this essentially is just a lot of metadata from the video. I'll run it now so you can see what you get. But you get the publish start, channel ID, title, description, thumbnails, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff, which is very handy for using it later on. Now we need to get the caption track for the video. So this is just basically the video transcript. So to do this, we need to make a HTTP request. So we'll type in here HTTP request, boom. And then the request that we're going to make is a get request. So change this method to get. This is the API that we're trying to target, www.googleapis.com/youtube/v3/captions. If you don't want to pause it and type it out, you can take a screenshot, put it into ChatGPT and ask it to tell you the parameters. Authentication type is predefined credential type, and then you want to go down here and just go to YouTube OAuth 2 API, boom. And because you've linked it before in the last step, it should already be linked. What we next need to do is we need to set some query parameters. So take that using fields below, and then we want to type part, and then we want to type for the value, it needs to be snippet, and then add another one, type in video ID. Make sure it's exactly the same capitalization as you did on the previous one. and then you just want to drag through the video ID. So that gets the video ID. That's all you need to fill out for this. You just need the part, snippet, video ID, and then the actual ID of the video. So if you execute the step, you'll see here that the output is a the caption response, and you'll see an ID here. This is the ID of the video track. Now we need to actually select that caption track. So we've got another code module here. So we're going to go code, put that in. And then inside of this, I'm going to just copy and paste it from what I had before, but this essentially will pick the caption track for your video to use it later on, because there might be multiple caption tracks on your video. So again, instead of copying it all out, I'll move to the side so you can take a screenshot of the code, put it in the ChatGPT and ask it what to write out basically, and then just copy and paste it from ChatGPT. Very, very simple. So once you've got that, now we need to download the captions, because we've got the captions, now we need to download them. So we've got another HTTP request here. So this next HTTP request is going to the same API endpoint, the /captions, but you're going to append on the end with a little plus the caption ID, which is what you got from the last step. So inside your double curly brackets, you just want to put http://www.google-api.com/youtube/v3/captions and then space and then the JSON ID from the previous node. I'm going to quickly get rid of this, and then I'm going to just so I have the input from the last step. I'll put that back what I just had, and then you want to go here, get the caption ID, drag that in. Very, very simple stuff. So that's literally all you need to put for that. I'll get rid of what I just typed out there. Authentication type, again, you want to do predefined credential type, YouTube OAuth2 again. Scroll down to the query parameters, and you want to put using fields below, TFMT and then VTT and then alt media. So as you can see, the output of this node is quite a lot of text, but this is simply just the timestamps and each caption in your video. But now we need to actually process this to be able to use it for the chapters. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another code module. This one is quite a hefty one, so I'm going to leave it on the screen for quite a while just so you can copy it all. Take a screenshot again of all these different sections. So because this is quite a hefty bit of code, I'm going to leave it on the screen for quite a while for you so you can take screenshots of it. So take a screenshot of where we have right now. We'll go down to here, take a screenshot again. One more screenshot after this. And then boom, that's all of the code there. Make sure you get screenshots of it all, put it in a ChatGPT and ask it to tell you the code. But what this does is it just processes the data and makes it into a nice format for you. I've just run the workflow there, and as you can see, what this does is it outputs the timestamps into like different sections, into nice formats, makes it easier to process with the AI agent. Next, we're going to need the AI component to be able to actually work on the data. So we're going to put a basic LLM chain. Boom. Change this to define below, but we'll move on for now. Next, we need to actually connect the brain of the module, which is the model. So click on the plus, type in OpenAI. I'm just going to use the OpenAI models for this. Make sure you connect your OpenAI account. So if you don't have one, if you don't know how to get your API key, just go to platform.openai.com, sign in. There'll be an API key section. Create a new secret key. Get the key, copy and paste it in, and boom. What I'm just using for this now is ChatGPT. What I'm using for the model is 4.1 mini, because it's very good and it's quite cheap on credits. So within our LLM chain, we're going to need to create the system prompt, which is essentially the message that your AI agent is going to use to process the data. So this is the system prompt that I have. I'll leave it on the screen so you can take a screenshot of it. But it's simply just breaking it down into different chapters, and yeah, it's quite a small prompt. You don't need anything crazy for it. The only thing you need to make sure you have is the equal sign here, and make sure you have the captions, like the transcript, which will be the output from your previous nodes. After that, we've got one more code module. There's a lot of code modules in this, but you kind of need to do it to get it processed properly. Inside this code module, we're basically just formatting the chapters. So I've got the code on screen now for the last code module. And essentially what this is doing is processing the data from the AI agent and making it nice to upload to YouTube. Like, it's creating the different chapters. So I'll leave it on screen now so you can take screenshots of it, and again put it in a ChatGPT, tell it what to write. Hopefully you got a screenshot there. Take another screenshot here. Scroll down here. Take another screenshot. And finally, take a screenshot there. Once you've got screenshots of all of them, again, put it into ChatGPT, tell it the code, like ask it for the code, what it says, to copy and paste it. So the last and final module that we need, or the last and final node that we need, is a YouTube. And then we're just going to put upload a video. Make sure this is connected to your YouTube account. If you did it earlier, it should still be connected. Change the operation here to update rather than upload. And now you're going to need a few different options. Make sure at the bottom here you add description, because that's what we're going to be updating. But the first thing we're going to need is the video ID. Let me just connect this so we can get the input. So the first thing that we're going to need is the video ID. So just close that out, go to get a video, get the ID, drag it in. That's the video ID. We're going to need the title. So the title should be here as well, title. The region code, you're going to need to put your region basically. So I'll put United Kingdom. The category ID or name, you're going to need to get the category ID, which if you scroll down you can find it, or you can just type in category ID. Boom, put that in there. So for the last bit, which is the description, we're going to need to put in first of all the description from the video that you currently have. So you want to go to get a video, drag the description in there, boom, and then on the end of this we're going to need to append some stuff. So I'm just going to copy and paste what I had from the other module, but you're just going to put a plus and then 2 new lines in speech marks, another plus, and then the chapters list, which is the output from the last code module. So if we go to your last code module, scroll down, you'll see chapters list, drag that in at the end there, and that's all you need, and that will update the YouTube video to have your new description. So what I'll show you is what I've got right now currently in this video. Is there's no chapters in the description, as you can see. I'm just going to run the automation. It's going to go through, process all the data, take it to the AI model, put it back, upload the video, and then now if I refresh the page, you'll see that the description is now updated with the chapters, and if I click to them, the work in the video. If you want the full JSON for this so you don't have to create it yourself, drop a comment down below and I'll give you the instructions of how to get that.